Mark was once like most people, stuck, frustrated, and invisible to the world. No degree, no safety net, no applause, just a burning question that haunted him every night. Is this all my life will ever be? He realized something brutally simple yet brutally true. If you do what everyone else does, you will stay stuck like everyone else. That's when daily motivation became his survival tool, not just a nice idea. Today, Mark is a self-made millionaire. Not because he was smarter, not because he was luckier, but because he chose to face the hard truths and make sacrifices others were too scared to make. And you can keep waiting for permission. You can keep explaining yourself to people who don't care. Or you can make today the moment everything changes. In this video, I'm going to expose the 7 deadly mistakes that secretly destroy your success and how you can escape them before it's too late. If you're tired of feeling powerless, if you want daily motivation that cuts through the lies and forces real growth, stay with me. Drop a ready in the comments if you're prepared to finally stop living small. Stop chasing only money. Build skills and equity first. When you're young or desperate for change, it's tempting to think that money is the ultimate solution, that if you just make enough cash quickly, everything else will fall into place. But this is one of the biggest traps that keeps people average forever. Mark learned early that chasing money for its own sake is a dead-end road. He turned down jobs that paid more up front because he understood something most people miss. Money comes and goes, but skills and equity stay with you forever. If you choose a job purely for the paycheck, you might feel successful for a short while. Maybe you buy a few nice things, impress a few friends, but 5-10 years later, you're stuck. No leverage, no growth. Meanwhile, the people who took the hard road, who accepted lower pay to build real skills and earn ownership in something bigger, are soaring past you. Daily motivation without the right strategy is useless. You need a mindset focused on becoming irreplaceable, not just paid. Mark became a millionaire because he stacked high-income skills one after another: carpentry, design, marketing, business operations. Every job he took added another blade to his Swiss Army knife of talents. And equity, that's the multiplier. Owning part of a business means you're not just trading time for money. You're building something that grows while you sleep. If you're serious about changing your life, stop asking, "How much will they pay me?" and start asking, "What will this make me capable of?" Because in the long run, skills will pay you far more than any starting salary ever could. So ask yourself right now, are you chasing fast money or building real freedom? Comment "skills first" below if you know it's time to start thinking long-term. Avoid the illusion of a luxury lifestyle. One of the biggest traps that silently destroys potential is the obsession with looking rich before becoming rich. Flashy cars, designer clothes, expensive dinners, they are all part of the illusion. But Mark realized something most people ignore. The real wealthy aren't flexing on Instagram. They're building, investing, staying quiet, while the rest of the world burns money for validation. Daily motivation without discipline will lead you straight into this trap. You'll see people your age showing off vacations, jewelry, and fast lifestyles, and you'll start to feel behind. You'll be tempted to spend money you don't have to prove you're doing well. But what you're really doing is sabotaging your future for a moment of fake approval. Mark didn't buy a luxury car when he started making money. He didn't dine at 5-star restaurants or show off a fake life. He stacked assets. He invested in businesses. He built skills. And when he finally decided to enjoy the luxuries he dreamed of, he could do it without debt, without fear, and without pretending. The hard truth is, if you're living above your means today, you're stealing from your future. Every dollar you blow trying to look successful is a dollar you could have used to actually become successful. Instead of chasing image, chase investments. Instead of impressing strangers, build wealth for yourself. True freedom comes when your assets can fund your lifestyle, not your credit cards. Ask yourself, are you building a life or are you building an illusion? If you're committed to breaking free from the fake flex culture, comment "real wealth" below. And keep watching, because the next part will show you how your network, not your image, will determine your future. Stop doing everything alone. Success is never a solo mission, yet too many people, out of pride, fear, or ego, try to build their dreams completely on their own. Mark learned early on that isolation kills progress. Trying to do it all yourself will leave you exhausted, overwhelmed, and stuck in a cycle of slow growth. The daily motivation you need isn't just about pushing harder alone. It's about learning when to lean on others, when to collaborate, when to delegate. Mark's breakthrough didn't happen because he was the smartest or the hardest worker. It happened because he found mentors, built partnerships, and invested in relationships that multiplied his impact. Look at any true success story, from Elon Musk to Oprah Winfrey, and you'll see a network, not a solo hero. Every empire is built with a team behind it. When you try to be a one-person army, you miss opportunities to scale faster. You spend energy on tasks that someone else could do better and faster, while you should be focusing on your strengths. The secret is to build a circle, even if it's small at first. Find people who complement your weaknesses. Find mentors who can save you years of trial and error. Find partners who believe in your mission, because when you have the right people around you, growth becomes exponential. Mark didn't become a multimillionaire because he figured everything out by himself. He became a multimillionaire because he knew how to ask for help, learn fast, and share success. If you're tired of carrying the weight alone, if you're ready to speed up your journey, comment "Build my team" below. And don't stop here. In the next part, we'll break down how too many inputs can paralyze your progress if you're not careful. Drowning in inputs, the silent killer of dreams. One of the biggest reasons people stay stuck isn't because they lack talent or drive. It's because they allow too many voices into their head. Advice from parents, friends, social media gurus, everyone pulling you in a different direction until you feel paralyzed. This noise is what Mark calls the silent killer of dreams. You start questioning yourself. Should I start a business? Should I take the safe job? Should I move cities? Should I wait? And before you know it, you're stuck exactly where you are. Not because you can't move, but because you don't know which way to go. Daily motivation means more than waking up fired up. It's about protecting your mind from overload. Because when your brain is filled with conflicting opinions, your confidence dies. Your clarity disappears. Your energy drains away. Mark's turning point came when he stopped chasing every shiny piece of advice and instead got brutally clear about his own destination. He chose one or two trusted mentors, ignored the noise, and focused only on what aligned with his goals. That's when momentum exploded. You must understand this. Not all advice is created equal. You don't need more opinions. You need the right ones, from people who've actually achieved what you want, not from spectators on the sidelines. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, if you're tired of second-guessing yourself, comment "Clarity first" below. And don't go anywhere, because the next part will reveal one of the deadliest enemies of success, ego, and how it silently sabotages everything you're trying to build. Ego, the invisible wall between you and success. If there's one thing more dangerous than failure, it's ego. Ego convinces you that you already know enough, that you don't need advice, that you're too good to start small, too smart to ask questions, too important to learn from your mistakes. Mark learned early that ego is the ultimate saboteur. He saw countless talented people crash because they believed they were above the process. They wanted instant success without paying their dues. They refused to listen, refused to adapt, and life humbled them brutally. Daily motivation isn't just about pushing harder. It's about staying humble enough to keep learning. It's about understanding that no matter how much you know, there's always a bigger game being played, and you're not above it. If you let ego run your life, it will blind you to opportunities, isolate you from mentors, and trap you in cycles of self-sabotage. You'll mistake noise for progress, arrogance for confidence, stubbornness for strength. And worst of all, you won't even realize it's happening until it's too late. The people who go the farthest are not the loudest or the most talented. They're the ones willing to be students forever. They keep asking questions. They keep learning. They stay coachable, even when they succeed. Mark says, "Every time I thought I was too good to listen, life smacked me back down. Every breakthrough I had started with humility. So today, I'm challenging you. Drop the ego. Pick up the mirror. Ask yourself, where am I still refusing to grow because I think I already know?" If you feel that sting of recognition, that's good. It means you're ready for real growth. Comment, "Stay humble" below if you're willing to break through the invisible walls that ego has built around you. And whatever you do, don't miss the next part. It's the real test, whether you'll keep blaming others or finally take full control of your future. Blame no one. Take full ownership. Here's a brutal truth most people will never admit. The longer you spend blaming others, the longer you stay stuck. Mark always said, you can either carry a magnifying glass or a mirror. One lets you blame, the other makes you better. Think about it. When something goes wrong, you miss a goal, you get passed over, you fail at a dream, what's your first instinct? Blame the boss, blame the economy, blame bad luck. It feels good in the moment. It protects your pride, but it steals your power. Because every time you point the finger outward, you're telling yourself, I'm helpless, I'm not in control, I'm just a victim. And that lie, more than any failure, is what kills dreams. Daily motivation means reclaiming that control. It means saying, if it's going to happen, it's up to me. No excuses, no complaining, no waiting for the world to be fair. Mark didn't become successful because life treated him kindly. He made it because he decided that, no matter what happened, he would find a way forward. He used the mirror, not the magnifying glass. And that's the mindset you need to build if you want to win. Own your mistakes. Own your setbacks. Own your progress. Every failure is feedback. Every struggle is a lesson. If you stop blaming and start owning, you get better every single day. Comment below, I own it, if you are ready to take radical responsibility for your life, because the moment you do, you unlock a power most people never even touch. And in the next part, we'll tackle the most dangerous prison of all, the comfort zone. Stay with me. It's time to break free. Escape the comfort zone. Claim your future. Comfort feels good. It feels safe. But it's a silent killer. It slowly suffocates your dreams until one day you wake up wondering where your potential went. Mark used to say, your comfort zone is your coffin. It just takes a little longer to close the lid. And he was right. The life you want, the success you crave, the freedom you dream about, none of it exists inside that circle of safety. It lives on the other side of fear, of discomfort, of risk. Daily motivation isn't about feeling good all the time. It's about choosing growth over comfort every single day. The scary truth is that most people will spend their entire lives trapped inside invisible walls they built for themselves. They'll say, maybe next year. I'm not ready yet. What if I fail? And they'll rot inside that prison until it's too late. Not you. Not if you're here right now, feeling that fire in your chest. Leaving the comfort zone doesn't mean being reckless. It means daring to be uncomfortable. It means saying yes to opportunities before you feel ready. It means risking rejection, risking failure, because you know what's even worse? Regret. If you want a life that others only dream about, you have to do what others fear doing. So here's the truth. The growth you're looking for isn't comfortable. The future you want isn't comfortable. The person you're meant to become isn't built in comfort. They're built in the chaos, in the uncertainty, in the moments when quitting feels easier, but you keep going. Drop a comment below. I'm breaking free. Because the second you step out of the prison you've built, the whole world opens up to you. And trust me, the risk of leaving is nothing compared to the cost of staying stuck. If there's one lesson you must take from today, it's this. Your dreams demand a price. And that price is discomfort, discipline, and relentless focus. Every second spent doubting yourself, every minute trapped in fear, every hour wasted on distractions is a second stolen from the life you were meant to live. Daily motivation isn't just a phrase, it's a mindset. It's a daily decision to choose growth over excuses, discipline over distractions, purpose over fear. It's the voice inside you that says, today, I will not settle. I want to thank you, truly, for staying with me through this journey. You're already different from the majority because you're choosing to feed your mind, to sharpen your edge, to demand more from yourself. But information without action is worthless. So now, it's time to move. Take one action today, no matter how small, that pushes you beyond your comfort zone. And tomorrow, another. And the next day, another. That is how transformation happens. That is how legends are built. If you're serious about rewriting your future, drop a comment below. Daily motivation, daily action. Let's flood the comments with people who are done making excuses and ready to make history. And if this video lit even the smallest fire inside you, don't let it die. Watch the next one, because this is only the beginning. Daily motivation isn't a one-time burst. It's a lifelong commitment to becoming unstoppable. I'll see you in the next chapter of your rise.